The world is loud. News headlines scream. Notifications buzz. Responsibilities pile up. It feels like we're drowning in noise, internally and externally. But the Stoics had a secret. They found peace, not by escaping the chaos, but by mastering themselves within it, and so can you. Here's how to find peace in the midst of chaos, the Stoic way. Step 1. Return to the breath. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Your breath is the doorway to that retreat. In any storm, pause. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Anchor yourself in the present, because most chaos isn't around you, it's in your mind. Step 2. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus taught, "Some things are up to us and some are not." You can't control the market, the weather, or other people's behavior, but you can control your response, your thoughts, your values. That is your kingdom. Guard it. Step 3. Silence the inner noise. The loudest chaos is often the internal dialogue, the fear, the guilt, the worry. Seneca reminds us, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." To find peace, observe your thoughts, but don't become them. Not every fear is true. Not every thought is useful. Let go of the noise that doesn't serve you. Step 4. Embrace simplicity. Chaos thrives in complexity. Too many obligations, too many things, too many goals. Simplify. Clean your space. Shorten your to-do list. Say, "No more often," as the Stoics believed, less clutter outside, more clarity inside. Step 5. Practice presence. Peace doesn't live in the future or the past. It lives here. This cup of tea, this ray of light, this breath. Slow down. Look around. The moment is not chaotic. Your mind is. When you return to now, peace returns to you. Step 6. Accept fate, but act with virtue. Chaos often arises from resistance, wishing things were different. The Stoic way is amor fati, love your fate, accept what is. Not passively, but courageously. And in every situation ask, what would virtue do now? That clarity becomes your compass. Step 7. Create rituals of stillness. In a world of chaos, you need anchors. Wake up early, meditate, read philosophy. Take evening walks, small rituals, big calm. Build your day around moments of peace, and peace will find its way into everything else. Step 8. Be the calm in the storm. When everyone else panics, breathe. When the world reacts, respond. Be the one who holds space, who grounds, who leads with stillness. That's not weakness, that's power, and that's Stoicism. You don't find peace by avoiding chaos. You find it by becoming unshakable within it. So breathe. Focus on your values. Let go of what you can't control, and carry peace with you, wherever you go. Step 9. Reconnect with nature. Even in chaos, nature is calm. The wind does not rush. The trees do not panic. The river does not resist its course. Spend time outdoors. Listen to birds. Walk barefoot. Gaze at the sky. Let nature remind you what stillness looks like and what you carry within. Step 10. Choose your inputs wisely. What you consume becomes what you feel. If you flood your mind with outrage, gossip, noise, you will feel chaotic. Be selective. Read wisdom. Listen to calm voices. Limit your news intake. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Choose your colors carefully. Step 11. Keep a journal of peace. When the world shakes, write. Pour your thoughts onto the page, not to vent, but to clarify. Ask yourself, what is really happening? What am I afraid of? What is within my control? Journaling is like sweeping the mind. It clears space for calm. Step 12. Define your philosophy. In times of crisis, people grab onto whatever floats. But if you've thought deeply about what matters, if you've built a personal code, then you won't be tossed by every wave. Define your core values, your non-negotiables, your internal compass. Then in chaos, you won't drift. You'll navigate. Step 13. Practice voluntary discomfort. Choose small hardships, cold showers, silence, fasting. They remind you, peace doesn't come from comfort. It comes from inner strength. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare." This isn't punishment. It's preparation. Step 14. Let go of needing to be understood. Much of our inner turmoil comes from trying to control what others think, but Stoicism frees you. You are responsible for your actions, not others' opinions. Seek to live rightly, not to be seen rightly. Let that go, and peace will rise. Step 15. Accept the impermanence of everything. Nothing lasts. Not joy, not chaos, not even life. Everything flows. Everything changes. When you embrace impermanence, you stop clinging and start flowing. You stop grasping and start being. There is peace in surrender. Step 16. Practice gratitude in the storm. Even in chaos, there are blessings. Your breath, a kind word, a memory, a lesson. Gratitude is an anchor. It tethers your soul when the winds blow hard. Look for one thing each day to be thankful for, especially when it's hard. That's where the power lies. Step 17. Be of service. When everything feels chaotic, help someone. A kind word, a generous act, a quiet sacrifice. Service moves your focus from fear to purpose, from self to strength. You become not the one overwhelmed, but the one who uplifts. And in that, you find peace. Step 18. Remember that peace is a practice. It doesn't happen once. It happens daily. It's in the small choices, the pause, the breath, the mindset. It's not about having no problems. It's about responding with poise. So practice peace like a muscle, like a habit, like a vow. Step 19. Make your soul your sanctuary. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "People seek retreats for themselves, in the country, by the sea. But it is in your power to retire into yourself. Build that inner sanctuary. Fill it with wisdom, with silence, with truth. Return there often, especially when the world goes mad." Step 20. Trust in your strength. You were not made for comfort. You were made for resilience. Your ancestors survived storms, wars, grief. You carry that strength, that fire, that peace. It's already in you. Chaos will come. But with Stoic practice, you won't just survive it. You'll lead through it. You'll grow in it. You'll be the calm, and others will follow. That's real power. That's real peace.